It's the Caitlin Lee MTGO Show.
Yeah, Robert the Rich is a little awkward. Pack one, pick one. I almost want to take like Bob over it. Or Barrowglyph. Plateau. Plateau opens up Flage, which is basically a burn spell. I guess I don't hate that. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Yabidubi thinks the 95 months. How can you find this song? I can just link you. Does Archon of Cruelties come into play trigger count as burn? I think I'm gonna grab the Savora. Get some aggressive red critters. Oh shit, what up? Hey Scooby-Doobies, thanks for 96 months. Hey, we got a couple burn options here. I'm gonna take Nemesis. And wheel that Lavamancer. This is my favorite song about being a warlock. I do have a preferable song about being a wizard, but warlock specifically, this one's tops. Pyrokinesis burns creatures. I guess that counts, huh? Arena. Does Arena burn things? No. Okay. And Pyrokinesis does burn things. Interesting. Well, since we're doing a burn step, well, it seems no. No, the thing that you wanted is not as good. Not as good for the stip. Cold's against command burns. Thinking about back to that Bob, Fire Covenant has a higher burn potential, but Fire Blast is like the classic burn spell, Ideally, you'd be able to take FOMO and wield the Fire Blast, but there's literally just going to be one card left. We're going to take the Burning card. What genre is the Cleric of Music? Oh, is that Flage I was talking about? Fire Blast basically just gets you to Flage flashback immediately. Faithless Looting and an Evora could be sweet to get aim. Math Rock is Cleric to you? No way. Math Rock's definitely like a sorcerer. Or wizard. More wizardly, having to memorize all those spells. Jesus Christ. Any faith-based music? I don't know. I was thinking, like, what is the most, like, redundant, superfluous genre? Just, like, super unnecessary. Hey, Pinch Punch the Frog. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 41 months there. Thanks for sharing the Prime. What genre of music could you just replace by buying a couple extra health pots? Just entirely replace. Elevator music? Yeah. Yeah, that's a solid cleric. Ooh. A Mox for me. Hey, Pinch Punch, thanks for the $5 donation. Whatever genre Highlung is Druid for sure. This is between Flame Slash and Ballista, and since Ballista goes face and Flame Slash doesn't, I want to take that Ballista. Johnny absolutely counts as burn. None of this shit does. Didn't even get some random duel. Maybe I should have gotten the Lion's Eye Diamond for the Flage, huh? I was thinking Goblin Bombardment and Lingering Souls. Build your own burn spell. Carnosaur technically burns a creature. I think Blood Tithe fits what we're doing here a little bit better. Oh man, Tribal Flames does go face. I really want to actually be able to play the Flage though. And Parlor helps with that a lot. Forgive me. Jackrabbit plays well with Bombardment at least. Two-mana shock would be a Incinerate. Yeah, the token like sub theme is not very burny, but the bombardment kind of turns it into that. And you got to fill out your burn decks with something. It's not like you can draft a deck of 23 burn cards in this cube. Swords is the best card in here by a country mile. You really don't want to let the opponent gain life, though. I'm gonna grab the Wooded Foothills. Try and wheel that Chandra. Breach and Fire Blast is actually cute. I wonder if I should have thought about Breach harder. Ran in 6 ping. It's technically burn. A very rough splash, though. The Minskin Boo downtick does count as burn to me. Let's see. So we need at least 3 more cards. Probably 4, huh? We're probably not actually trying to play this Archon. Wonder if I can afford one of these dual lands or if I have to take Galvanic Blast. Get an actual shock in here. These are all cards I'm calling burn. I would call the Archon burn too, but we're not playing it. Trying to figure out if I can justify the Windswept Heath over Legion Extruder. I think there's a solid chance Extruder wheels. That's a really good Heath, Here we go. All right, we got another song request. Thanks for being patient, Pinchbonk the Frog. Let's see what you want to listen to. This track is called The Moonlit Dance of the Twisted Jester's Blood-Soaked Rituals. So we need one more card here. Well, Ren and 6 wheeled. Like I said, Ren and 6 is burn. Let's go. I think Nethergrave's like kind of a good threat here. Not a very burning card is Inspector. Someone took my 2-mana shock. But the Ren and 6 wheeled kind of made up for it, Is this enough cards? Or am I playing that Mind Collapse? Yeah, hopefully this deck is good enough as a burn deck. We passed a couple of like kind of piddly burn spells, mostly for mana, mostly for good mana. I'm glad we got the Fire Blast. Fire Blast is like iconic burn spell. Delayed Blast Fireball has like a lot of nice potential. And a lot of our non-burn spells are actually burn spells, right? Flage actually a burn spell. Lavamancer actually a burn spell. Ballista, you get the idea. We shall burninate the countryside, yeah. Could be a 16-land deck and play that Mind Collapse, Kind of don't hate that. Let's see what our mountain count is. I might not play the Copperline Gorge. Yeah, we have Vantage and Copperline Gorge, making the Fire Blast look worse. Not the worst trank, Not the worst. Is the Black Splash worth it? I mean, Kolaghan's Command is like a burn spell, right? I could see cutting the Harvester, but then you're cutting a Harvester for Mind Collapse. Not amazing. So we have natural 4 mountains. How many green sources do I need for Ren and Minsk? We have 6 without Copperline. Yeah, let's not play the Mind Collapse and then keep Copperline and stuff. I don't think I need the planes. So we've got like 8 red sources here, plus another 3, so 11 total. Not that many actual mountains for Fire Blast, though. Yeah, so I did that. So I got that together, and then I mapped out a flower bed I'm putting in the front lawn. Basically, I had all the materials for it, and so I just like went out and like lay out the bare bones, started measuring from the sidewalk and stuff, like getting it positioned and everything. Then I went and got some Mexican food with my lady. And now I'm jamming Vintage Cube. Kind of a perfect day, actually. Hell yeah, someone would know. We saw King Buffalo together, right? You're not sure you understand them taking the Manamorphose of the Lava Man? Well, if you read Freebooter, you can only take an instant or sorcery. Only take a non-creature, non-land, rather. So they took their only option. Wow. I just got fucking pierced. Sure. Play my burn spell to get back my burn spell. An aggro deck clears Kaido there. A burn deck. A burn deck goes face, I believe. Am I doing a set review for the Dragon set? That's a good question. Might be nice to familiarize myself. I don't know how I would fit it in, though. It's so much more fun to just stream Cube. And I get more viewers doing it. Burned, yeah, burned out. Yeah, Notice is definitely a burn creature, literally burns if it takes damage. Good stuff. I think like a solid half of what I played that game was burn spells. What's one of my favorite non-cube format to play recently? Oh, I mentioned it earlier, Pauper. Having a lot of fun with Pauper lately. Pauper's awesome. Yeah, I obviously agree. I got this like really nice, this super nice, well-made wooden box that's designed to hold cubes. But I already had a box for cubes. So instead I've repurposed it into like a box to hold gauntlets. And it's going to have like a Pauper gauntlet on one side and a pre-modern gauntlet on the other. And I'm thinking about proxying up a bunch of ooh. Let's lead on this one. Thinking about proxying up a bunch of old school. And just have a bunch of eternal formats that I can just battle. Yes, is our box of Aaron Kane. It was made by a woodworker in the Twin Cities. And I feel bad because I'm spaced in on his name, but he crashed at my place this last CubeCon. So I should really remember. I remember his cube. I remember his personality. So bad with names. I remember he left me a nice bottle of whiskey. Thanks, Overvoltage. That makes me feel better. Yeah, I don't think you can Fire Blast a response here. Now we're at 17. I didn't take the Fire Blast. That is a bad sign. Oh, nice. Have another planes. Leaving stuff in the bin for red and 6, basically. So I think I would have been fine exiling the mountain too. The mana base is nice. It's pretty nice, A lot of nice surveillance here. A lot of mountains for the Fire Blast. That's important. Toxic for 6? Yeah. Yeah. Not the best answer to a Flage. And they knew that I still had the Fire Blast in hand, so that's what the scoop was for there. Might just grab Jetmir's Garden off this. Soul Ring? Scary start from our opponent team. I have a 1/2. Kind of hate this as opposed to Flaging Face. But next turn we can Mincer for 6. And then 6 again would put them to 8. And then Fire Blast plus Flage is 7. Absolutely not. Opponent's doing something. Does lose them a life. I think they're trying to... Okay, that's going to lose them another life. And then the Relic exiles itself. Now they're down to 10. Sure. I said Minsk and Boo was a burn spell. So even if they hadn't dealt themselves 2 extra damage, we still would have had a lethal burn here. But they did themselves 3, right, with the Catcher Mouse drawing? Oh, but the Spirits can attack. The Spirits can attack on the ground. Considering Council's Judgment over Pyrokinesis, just based on what we saw out of them. I thought I was going to hide the Fire Blast. No, I wanted to play all of my potential burn spells out because that was very satisfying to me. There was Relic Ketramos is a cute way to get it active. I mean, it's what people do in Modern. Like, you're not wrong, but it's common. It's like a tier 1 Modern strat. I actually just finished putting it together. Or not quite. I'm still missing a couple cards. The Necro version of that deck. Opponent not clearing Minsk. They didn't have a chance to clear Minsk. Their creature had Summoning Sickness. Boots with haste. Yeah, I think they were already in their second main phase. They like drew cards and then drew them into the boots, like cracking the relic and stuff. I think they were thinking about passing the turn, and then they were like, okay, I guess I'll crack the relic now. And then that drew them the boots that they then did the stuff with, I think. Unless I just missed it. I might just be super wrong. Ooh. Now who's the burn deck? You think they drew into the land to use the boots? Yeah, they used a Lotus Petal. I might have just forgotten that the boots were in play. Oh, cycling the Eagles of the North does pump my Ivara. That's kind of cool. Did you pedal in the second main to equip? Yeah, they have the, Well, this is terrifying. It did do a stiff breeze here. We did bring in Council's Judgment, yeah. Yeah, Mark, I just said that. He kind of needs a Mox hum. GG on the previous game. Yeah, GG. Sorry, I don't remember it very much. My brain's all jumbled with chat conversations and such. Oh, you toxic to the Flage. That's right. I had fun. It was a fun match. Good luck in your future rounds, of course. The first few times I was ever in a feature match, I definitely felt the butterflies. I definitely felt nervous. But as with most things, you get better with practice. Win 2-1. Nice. Yeah, a little dreading the Tinker for Blind Steel again here. Yeah. Hey, we're worded in Council's Judgment, but unlike last game, I don't even have the second white for the Council's Judgment. Do we just try to hit right now? So Minsk and Boo make a 4-4. Trying to figure out whether our odds of finding an out are better if we like pump the Grease Wrench here right on the Minsk. I think it's slightly better activating the Grease Wrench because we need the second white source too, right? Man, this draw would be really good if they didn't have a turn 2 Blightsteel Colossus. Drawing Archon doesn't do anything for me, Peter Pan. You need to get it in your graveyard too. But yeah, obviously I'm thinking about exhausting, right? Like debating that decision right now. The last thing I need is Twitch chat, just listing every potential play. You could Galvanic Blast your 2-1. You could Fire Blast yourself. You could Fire Blast the Blightsteel Colossus. Again, Vex. No help there. Well, the Wooded Foothills does give me a white source. You can give me the Temple Garden untapped. Assuming they don't have removal spell again. Bloom. Yeah, so if you mince the turn previous, you can make the 4/4, but the 4/4 has to block the Blightsteel. So you have the 2-1 and then a 1/1 hamster. And if you sack the 1/1 hamster, you only draw one card. So it's not, you don't actually get as deep as if you just exhausted the Grease Wrench and chumped with it. That's why I chose that line. More Moxen, huh? I was planning on doing some digging, but I don't really want to make my opponent's Baneslayer Angel too obnoxious this early. Let the trigger resolve first, of course. Ah, god damn it. Shit. Did I just fucking fuck up the win? Because I could have mind collapsed my own screaming, so that's 9 damage. Plus 3 is 12 if they just like took the damage if you just serve. They don't necessarily though, right? Maybe they block. I don't know. When they block, it's 4 damage too. Yeah, I think I fucked that up. Not deserving. Looks like they get to live at 1 now. Fuck, Was Fire Blast Nemesis lethal there? No. Fire Blast Nemesis is the same amount of damage as Fire Blasting their face, except it would have fizzled their removal spell, right? And they wouldn't have lost 2 life. It would have gained them life instead of Fire Blasting face. I was kicking myself about the Mind Collapse, because Mind Collapsing Nemesis is, 5 damage. I think Judgment has to come in again, just as an answer to Shieldred. Kind of stinky, I like that we have a 1-drop. I like Nemesis, and I like Minskin Boo, but the mana just doesn't work here. I'm going to Mulm. Have an unpleasant opening. Possible the Foothills should be fetching the red-black land turn 1 now. I'm getting a Surveil land. Yeah, that one. Oh, shit, what up? Hey, see Seraphim, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 19 months. Did you block us 3 less damage? I mean, the card's got trample, right? I mean, I think I could do the same play if I decide to block. Still, like, kill I don't think there's a reason not to serve. The 3-mana 3/3. What's it called again? Screaming Nemesis. I'm pretty sure it's got trample. Oh, no, it doesn't. Just haste. Okay, well, whatever. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's fine. Yeah, we got that Sea Seraphim 19-month Prime sub, and then Pinky 007. Thank you for the sub. Thanks for the 21 months there. Surveillance doing some work here at least. Snuff out, nice. Thanks, Zenthar. Put him in flash again. All right, friends, we got our work cut out for us. I don't think I can afford to rip a Temple Garden there. Bam, bam, bam. Burn did not get there. I got pretty close, though, huh? Pretty close there. Got brutalized by some very fast critters a couple games in a row. Yeah, not a lot of hate cards. Not a lot of hate cards in our pool.